What's up guys, welcome back to the Ultum Nature Systems channel. My name is Parker and today we're going to be setting up and scaping the new UNS R60. This is a 39.5 gallon reef tank and I'm going to show you how to set up the sump as well as scape the rocks for this tank. Let's get into it. Before you begin setting up your tank, it's important to remember to level out your stand. In every single UNS R system we include a level as well as a wrench to help adjust the feet of your stand. When you're leveling, make sure you take levels from all four corners to ensure that there isn't any raised points. You can either use your hands or the included wrench to change the height of the adjustable feet. Instead of the traditional nanofoam mat that comes with our rimless tanks, for the R series we chose to include a thicker mat pre-built into the top of the stand. We chose to opt for this denser material as it's far easier to slide your tank into position. The dimensions of this tank are 60 by 50 by 50, and this tank features a 39.5 gallon display with an additional 10.79 gallons in the sump. The UNS R line are made of black silicone, and like all other UNS tanks, they have a 45-degree mitered edge. For the bottom of the tank, we chose to opt for a baked-on, scratch-resistant white paint. Traditionally, reef tanks will use a black vinyl on the back panel of their tank, but for our systems, we chose to opt for the same scratch-resistant black paint to prevent puncturing when you're screwing on your light mounts. The tank features bulkheads in the back chamber, and these pipes are held in place in the overflow box to allow for easy assembly of the bulkheads beneath the tank without the need of another person to hold them in place. The return pipes that are pre-installed into the overflow are designed like this to allow for thicker light mounts to still rest on the back of the tank. The overflow lid features a cutout to allow for these light mounts as well. The stands currently come in two colors. These are gray and white, and they feature a thick aluminum frame as well as magnetic doors on three sides. There is also a built-in electrical box that is made of PVC. We chose this material due to its fire-resistant properties. The inbuilt sump is made of a thick smoked glass and is composed of 4 different chambers to accommodate various types of filtration. Now that I've given you guys a rundown of the display tank, I'm going to show you how to plumb the sump. Before you begin assembly, make sure that your bulkheads have their gaskets and black O-rings in the proper position and make sure that they're undamaged. When installing the bulkheads to the bottom of the tank, the largest one goes in the middle. When you're tightening these in, make sure you hand tighten them all the way. It's important that you don't over tighten these with pliers or adjustable wrenches as you risk cracking the pipes. Before you screw on the plumbing, double check that the O-rings are in the proper position on the first chamber of the sump, as well as undamaged. It's important to make sure that all fittings are securely hand tightened before you fill your tank. It's important that this ball valve is completely closed to avoid losing water when you fill your tank. We added an additional barb here to run any sort of accessory inline. This could be UV sterilizers or chillers, anything like that. We included 3 gaskets around the first chamber to help prevent salt creep. Inside of the first chamber, we added an additional basket that will hold filter floss. This acts as a pre-filter before water hits your filter socks. The included black acrylic plates help in keeping the filter socks held down, as well as act as a silencer to stop any splashing noise. The filter socks included are standard 4-inch filter socks. And the filter sock holder is completely removable if you're looking to customize your filtration and/or clean this chamber. The second chamber is designed to house a protein skimmer, with an enlarged hole in the lid to account for most protein skimmers on the market rated for this size tank. One of the most important things for protein skimmers is the water height, and to account for that, we included an adjustable water level baffle. This baffle can be raised or lowered to adjust the height of the water in this chamber to account for any protein skimmers operating water height. The third chamber can act as a refugium or as space for additional filter media. We chose to include a heater in this chamber. We included a cutout at the top of the third chamber to run wires through for a cleaner look. The fourth chamber is for your return pumps and/or any additional accessories, as well as for the dosing tubing. We also included 4 compression fittings to attach to a dosing system in your sump. These can be mounted either in the water column or above the water column. We also included an internal float valve for use with the gravity-fed ATO. If you're trying to run an external ATO, you can still attach the tubing to this float valve to act as an additional emergency shutoff in case your ATO fails. We're going to be resting the rockwork on a spare black mat that we had because we're going to be moving this tank and we don't want the rock to damage the glass that it's on. When assembling the rockwork for this tank, I really tried to focus on allowing space for more aggressive corals, as well as adding various passageways that our fish can swim through. We also varied the heights of the rocks just in case we wanted to put any higher light demanding corals into our system. Once I was happy with my rockwork, we glued them together to prevent them from falling inside the tank. Now that the rockwork is in, I'm ready to add the sand. Now that our sand and rockwork is in, we're ready to flood the tank. Turning the gate valve counterclockwise will allow more water to pass through the drain pipe. I'm fine-tuning the gate valve by turning clockwise and slowly closing the drain to raise the water in the back chamber to reach the second drain pipe. And that is it, you guys, for our R60 setup and scape. We hope that you guys found this video helpful and enjoyed setting this up alongside with us. We can't wait to give you guys updates on how this tank is doing in the future, and I will see you guys in the next one.